Trail riding, a Black trail ride reality series, or a trail ride series or docu-series based on Black trail ride culture. I think that should be the next big hit reality series or docu-series. I want to see it. I know you guys have been keeping up with the trail ride community. It is exploding all over social media.
Even celebrities are vibing to African American style trail ride music, like 803 Fresh's Boots on the Ground and Tonio Armani's Country Girl. And it's not just Hollywood's biggest stars. Everyday folks across the U.S. are riding the wave of this Southern Soul trail ride trend.
And so trail ride culture is appealing to the masses. And everybody is so happy while they're doing it. I think that's the thing that stands out to me. So I want to see a trail ride reality show. I want to see a Black trail ride reality show. I want them to go behind the scenes and show me what happens at the field parties.
This year has been a big year for Southern soul singers and trail ride content creators.
I wanted to highlight Beyonce. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
So how does it feel to have the song of the summer?
You know, just to have somebody of that status, you know what I'm saying, of that stature, to be able to, you know, just relate to you, period, man. It's definitely an
803 Fresh performed at the BET Awards, and he brought some of TikTok's most amazing trail ride line dancers. Now, I know this is different. I know this is different than what I normally talk about. I normally talk about true crime and movies and TV shows. And this is a potential TV show. I'm teasing it as a potential TV show because it's exploding everywhere. I think people want to see a television show based on Black trail ride culture. You know, the trail riders on social media, specifically on TikTok, they are dancing to some of the hottest Zydeco, Cajun, Southern soul, Black country music out there. It's a brilliant fusion of genres. Songs like Boots on the Ground by 803 Fresh, Keep on Stepping by Mike Clark Jr., Country Girl by Tonio Armani, and Cowgirl Trail Ride by S. Dot featuring Tonio Armani are some of the songs that I absolutely adore. It gives me that backyard cookout feel, and I love that. I love that. Now, because you know, we're used to traditional country music. We're used to that, right? And we love it. And we have Beyonce's Cowboy Carter, and we love that. But this is a different sound. It's giving me soul. It's giving me 1970s music almost. There's something in the sound of that music specific. I don't know what it is I'm hearing. I don't know how to articulate what I think of music. I'm not an expert in that. All I know is that it gives me 1970s being in my grandmother's living room, dancing to old soul music on a Saturday night in her candlelit living room, right? That's what it's giving. One of the other reasons that I think a trail ride reality show would be good is because I'm not going to go to any trail rides. You've got people like me who aren't going anywhere. I'm not going to the trail rides, okay? I want to see it on TV. I want to view it from my living room, right? TikTok's most popular dancers. I want to see horses. I want to see Black cowgirls and Black cowboys putting the horses in the stable. I want them to show us how to ride it.
I want to see boots. I want cowboy hats, ladies in their Daisy Dukes, snakeskin belts.
That's the flavor and the imagery I want to see. I want to see everything that goes on. I want to see the group dynamics. I want to get that behind the scenes coverage of what's going on in the trail ride community. You know, there was one thing that helped me get out of an almost 4-year cycle of heartbreak, and that was trail riding. Trail ride line dancing. I noticed that it has started gaining visibility over the last three or 4 years. First of all, I never knew what trail riding was. I had never heard of the term. I was like, what is trail riding? You know, I didn't know what it was.
Trail riding is like a procession. Riders start in one spot and move through cities, towns and deep into the backwoods. And it's not just horses these days. There are carriages, ATVs, and a whole lot of Southern soul. And they say if you're not coming prepared to ride for miles, then you're not trail riding, you're attending a pasture party.
Let's talk about the culture. Because, you know, they say, some of the real ranchers say that trail riding is not just the parties. Because they say what's going viral on TikTok are the field parties. People dancing. They say that's a very small part of what Black ranch life is like.
So one of my friends shared a video, and I seen something that said something about a trail ride. So I checked it out, you know. But I click on this video, and I don't see no four-wheelers. I don't see no side-by-sides. I don't see no horses. All I see is boots and Daisy Dukes.
Some of you ladies think that a trail ride is just a dance party. So really, you're not going to the trail ride. What you're doing is you're going to the after party. So if you're actually going to the trail ride, you're actually going to get onto an ATV or a ride on a UTV, which is a side-by-side. So if you're going to a trail ride, you're actually going on a trail ride. That's why they call it a trail ride.
Serious question. When did everybody become country? When did everybody become country? Because all of a sudden you big boot when to be at a trail ride, but I ain't never did no country in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love y'all have for the country folk.
Trail ride line dances now. People from all backgrounds, people of different races, different colors and shades, right? You've got people who are on the larger size like me, and you've got people who are slender and in shape. I mean, everybody is doing it.
The first mistake is everything that encompasses country life should have never been brought to social media. And a lot of the people that live in the country don't really fool with TikTok too tough like that. But now that the areas that are big and known for trail riding, now they're getting their likes, so they're putting it all on social media. Country life is something that really should have been gatekept.
What's creating the frenzy around trail riding is that everybody is seeing and learning these dances at the same time. So a trail ride dance trend gets started because a hit song drops. One of the line dance creators in the trail ride community usually comes up with some fresh steps that match the vibe of that song. Once that dance hits social media or the trail ride scene, everybody starts learning it at the same time. And all of that shared energy, that laughter, that joy creates a moment. And sometimes that moment goes viral.
Let's talk about what I think the attraction is. The attraction, I think, is the Southern feel it has to it. Like I said, it's very Southern, right? Listen, if there is a Black trail ride reality show, I want the first season to show the people who got me out of bed. But some of the celebrities like Tony or Armani and 803 Fresh could make appearances on the show. I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just having fun with this, right? I have no TV development power, but I do know what goes into making a good show. And I know what audiences are looking for, and I certainly know what TV producers are looking for. So, you know, maybe that's out of the budget to have the celebrities show up and the singers show up, but it sure would be nice, right?
There are a variety of formats, a docuseries, a trail ride competition series, but I prefer a lifestyle format, something that gives us an up-close and personal look at the lives behind TikTok's trail ride dancers and a deeper look at agricultural life on the ranch through an African-American lens.
I want to see the lifestyle. I want to see something kind of like Teen Moms, where they go in and they do it by person or by group. I want to see them behind the scenes, putting the dances together, practicing. I want to see what their real lives are like, because some of these people work regular jobs. Some of them work regular jobs and some of them make 6K. I was looking at the dances. The steps are unique. You know, you've got the twisting of the leg and the footwork, the way they move their head from side to side. And the dance steps are, like I said, just more nuanced than people realize they are. And it's not just turning left or turning right. It's how you do it. It's the attitude that you have behind it. They add that extra flavor. They add that soul. They add that swagger. They have a whole attitude behind trail ride line dancing, and I'm fascinated with it. You know, when they're doing a show, they want drama. And from what I have observed online, there is a lot of drama. A lot of drama in the trail ride community. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the drama that I saw, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way they came after the little girl, Miss Shirley. I didn't like it. Miss Shirley is an adorable little girl that's also known for her popular trail ride dances. And she has appeared on several shows recently, specifically.
It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you. Oh, you gonna show us how to line dance?
Yeah.
I'd love to see a show featuring Miss Shirley.
I don't like the way they were fighting with the young lady Janelle Sindat. Some people said that she wasn't black at all and she was getting all of the views, and the creator was not getting enough attention. The creator not getting recognized for the work that she put in. I get it. And she deserves to be, she deserves to get her credit. She deserves the money. I totally get it. And so I saw both sides of it, you know, but I liked them all. I did. And I know that sometimes the creators don't get their due, and it's wrong, right? They sometimes overlook the creators. It's kind of like in music, right? We don't really know who wrote the song. We just know the song is popular and we see the talent. So I think in this trail ride community, we're seeing the creators, the people who create the dances. They're the ones that sit down and make these dances up. But the people who do it...
Right. The people who perform the dance sometimes are the ones that make the dance go viral. I want to see the creators. Showcase 3 or 4 creators of these songs. Let us know their creative process, because they are the genius behind the dances. They don't always get their credit. So if they're invited to be on the show, they'll get credit. Everybody wins that way, right? I'm going to do it every single day because it helps me to keep in shape. It helps me to stay happy. It helps me to learn. Keep my brain health on point. And no, I am not trying to get on the show. No, I am not talking about this because I want them to feature me as a trail rider. No. I want to see it because I think it's an interesting hidden community that is becoming well known. I discovered this community in January because for the past 4 years, I have been dealing with the tragic death of my daughter. And, you know, I was heartbroken. I was, you know, in bed, recuperating. I isolated myself. I took myself out of society for a minute because I needed to regroup. Maybe that wasn't the best way to do it, but that's how I did it. My husband and my son were there with me, taking care of me, but I felt like something else was missing because I lost my firstborn, you know, my firstborn daughter. And that was crushing to me. So I needed a little something else. I did a lot. I meditated, I prayed, I did breath work, I studied, I wrote from my bed. Not writing for money, but I wrote for myself. What did I need to learn from that situation? All of that, right? Took time. And, but you know, it didn't look like me just being in bed bawling for 4 years. Certainly it looked like that for the first 2 years. Yes, it was that. But about the 3rd year, it started to break. And now we're in the 4th year. It'll be 4 years this month on the 24th that I lost Ivy. Remember, it was like a Sunday afternoon. I was cozied up in bed, surfing TikTok. And that is when TikTok's algorithm brought me the first trail riders that I had ever seen. The song that played in the background was Tonio Armani's Country Girl, about life down in the country. Right. And that took me out of bed. And I know everybody loves Boots on the Ground. Everybody loves Boots on the Ground. I know it. And I'm not taking any way away from Boots on the Ground. It's a great song. And I love the choreography. But the song that got me out of bed, it was Tony Armani's Country Girl. And then you know what else? Get On Up is another one. Get On Up. Dangerous. Morgan Wallen's Dangerous was the second song, I think. That song, that dance choreography, that dance was created by Tiana. And I saw a lot of people doing it, including Tiana. Everybody had their own style. And I loved it. And I did it. And so, you know, I made this video just to give everybody some encouragement. You know, I want to see a Black Trail Ride reality series on television, right? So we can learn more about the culture. And I also want to encourage people to, you know, heal, you know, get better, and try to do things that are fun. Life can be heavy, but do something fun within boundaries, something that is safe for you and your family, and do it. I will never forget the first ever trail riders I saw come across my screen. I will never forget them, and I will never forget that song. So thank you very much.